Hello, I'm wbz-tv meteorologist Barry Burbank. I have your forecast for the next several days, and let's start off with some good news here for a lot of you as we look at the spring countdown. Only 8 days till we get our 5 o'clock sunset, so that's pretty nice. 17 days till spring training. That's good news too. 53 days until the official beginning of spring, but meteorological spring actually occurs early in that. It starts on March 1st, but this is for, astronomical spring coming in around March 21st. 79 days until the Great Boston Marathon. And so that first 5 o'clock sunset will be happening a week from tomorrow when it sets at 5:01 p.m. And then not too long after that, just about 5 weeks later, we have the beginning of daylight saving time on Sunday, March 10th. The sunrise, of course, is going to be later because we go forward, we'll spring forward 1 hour. But flip side is the sunset's going to be at 6:45, so not that far away. Because we may have a lot of winter to go through getting to that, but in any event, that's something to look forward to and perhaps make you happy. In any event, we've had a slow start for snow so far this season. Strangely enough, Boston's only come up with 1.8 inches of snow, which is kind of weird because most other places close to Boston's had 4 or 5 inches, and a lot of that happened last weekend. But in terms of looking at the number of days that had 6 inches or less through January 26, 6 inches or less of snow through the snow season starting in November going through January 26, that's happened 11 times in recorded history in Boston, and those records go back to 1872. And all of those times had ended up with a season with below average snowfall except the year 1968 and 69. I remember that one when February was a beast of a month with tremendous amounts of snow. Didn't quite match the tremendous amounts of snow that we had in late January and February of 2015, but anyway, it was a very active month. Well, let's take a look at the slopes forecast. Of course, they got the rain in ski country, at least most of ski country recently, when it warmed up so much. But the cold weather has returned. They've been making snow last couple of nights, and there'll be some help from Mother Nature late today with a few flurries up in the mountains, and there'll be some scattered snow showers tomorrow as well. So conditions are looking pretty good to go skiing. Even down here in Massachusetts, they're making snow and grooming the slopes. The groomer's doing a great job, so you can have a great time this weekend skiing. Our forecast highs today around 32 to 34 in Boston, maybe 35, 36 on the Cape, ranging down to the upper 20s in the Worcester Hills. And most of the rest of the nation in pretty good shape, from the lower 70s from Southern California to Phoenix, upper 60s in southern Texas, mid-60s in Orlando. And here's where the cold air is leaking into the country from this incredibly frigid air up in Canada, and is really super frigid. So it's broken up into 2 pieces. One part is coming down towards Chicago now. It's going to sort of whirl around, and a lot of it's going to go right up to the north and west of us. So we're not really going to get this first batch of cold air, even though a cold front is coming, and will set off a few snow showers tomorrow. A few may happen later today across northwestern New England, across the ski areas, maybe the Berkshires too, but all we'll have here across the rest of the region is varying amounts of cloudiness, and we'll see temperatures going up today in the upper 20s and lower 30s or so, as we mentioned. Kind of cloudy coming up later tonight. Now, there may be a little bit of moisture coming up, so we may have a few scattered snow showers tomorrow morning. Then it becomes partly sunny. We warm up to the lower 40s. While that's happening, there's a cold front approaching from the west, which will be setting off snow showers in western and northern New England as that cold front cuts across the region. So that's the deal on tomorrow afternoon. Then looking ahead on Monday, we'll have a lot of cloudiness around Monday, high cloudiness from a storm going out to sea. For the send-off rally tomorrow at Gillette Stadium, when the gates open at 8 a.m., there might be a passing snow flurry at some point in the morning. So lots of clouds tomorrow morning as it warms up. And by the time the buses get rolling there, if timing goes right and they leave on time around noontime, there'll be sun and clouds and starting to warm up to the upper 30s near 40. So here's where a little bit of snow will fall across northern New England this weekend, just flurries. Some of the higher elevation places may have a couple of inches of snow. But where the real swath of snow is going to be happening is going to be late tomorrow night and Monday, when a swath of several inches will fall from Minneapolis to Chicago to Detroit. Some of these places in the year will have 6 to 12 inches of snow. That is coming from this system right here on Monday, while we're watching this storm out to sea. That one should go out to sea, maybe scrape by Nantucket with a touch of light snow or flurries. But that's about it. We'll just see a lot of high cloudiness causing a milky sky on Monday. This next system approaches on Tuesday. Doesn't look like much, and it won't be amounting to too much unless a secondary storm gets organized, and that's what the indications are leaning toward, trending toward right now, a secondary storm forming by early Wednesday, which would enhance the snow and rain around here on Wednesday morning. Tough call to say where the snow-rain line is going to exist, but it will be somewhere near Boston, snow farther north and west, and rain southeast. Once the storm goes by and intensifies up here, there's going to be a lot of wind Wednesday afternoon, and behind that, the frigid air will start to roll in. So I think in this blue shaded zone, light blue here, it certainly is got the best chance of accumulating snow and maybe a little bit of ice. Rain on the Cape through that storm on late Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, and in between, tough call in Boston whether it's going to be either snow or rain, or snow changing to rain and going back to snow. But it's not going to be around very long. Here's the cold air which is diving out of Canada. Now these colors here indicate very frigid conditions. It's going to dive down into Chicago. They may have temperatures 15 to 20 below zero for a couple of mornings, like Tuesday and Wednesday morning. And this air looks like it changes shape, so the core of it goes to the north of us, but we get some of it on Thursday and Friday. How cold will it be? I don't think it's going to be as cold as it was last Monday when we only had temperatures in the upper single numbers for highs. I think it's going to be in mid to upper teens. That's plenty cold, way below average for the second half of the upcoming week after we get rid of that storm, which should be a fast-moving one Wednesday morning. That's it for now. Have a nice weekend.